So you're scrolling through the BowFlex T16 listing. The 16-inch screen looks crisp, the motor is rated at 3.5 HP, and the price tag is closer to a weekend getaway than a treadmill. It's the kind of purchase where the listing photos promise a boutique studio vibe, but once it's in your living room, the first question is usually how much floor space did I just give up? Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The first thing that jumps out is the 16-inch HD touchscreen. In practice, that screen isn't just a fancy dashboard, it's the entire class experience. If you're used to slotting a tablet onto a kickstand and hoping the Wi-Fi doesn't drop mid-run, the built-in display removes that friction. You press start, the class loads in seconds, and you're not wrestling with a wobbly stand or a finicky mount. That convenience is real, especially on weekday mornings when every extra step counts. Then there's the motor. BowFlex lists a 3.5 HP motor, and in real use it handles steady jogging and light interval work without sounding like a vacuum cleaner on full blast. If you're planning to train for a half marathon or do back-to-back HIIT sessions, you'll want to keep an eye on the duty cycle. Longer runs will still ramp up the heat and noise. But for most home runners who mix steady-state runs with a couple of structured classes a week, the motor keeps up without drama. The running surface is 22 inches wide by 60 inches long with shock absorption. That width is a game-changer if you're over 6 feet or tend to land a little wide. The deck absorbs impact better than the thin belts on some budget models, so your knees thank you after a 45-minute run. The catch? The belt is wider and heavier, so the motor has to work a bit harder to get it moving. Expect a slight delay when you first step on, nothing that'll throw off your stride, but noticeable if you're used to instant belt response. Setup is straightforward but not trivial. The SoftDrop folding mechanism is slick. You pull a lever, the deck lowers with one hand, and the whole unit tucks vertically against the wall. The downside is the footprint when it's folded. It's not the slimmest fold you'll see, so if your hallway is narrow or you share the space with bikes and storage bins, measure twice. BowFlex includes the tools and a decent manual, but you'll need a helper for the initial lift. Plan on 45 minutes from unboxing to first run. Smart features are where this treadmill either shines or frustrates. It syncs with Apple Watch and Samsung Galaxy Watch for heart rate tracking, and the screen shows real-time metrics without needing a phone mount. That said, the Bluetooth connection can hiccup if your phone is also streaming audio or if the treadmill is near other 2.4 GHz devices. If you rely on third-party apps like Zwift or Peloton, BowFlex's own platform is the main event here. You won't be casting external content directly to the screen. Who should buy this? If you're serious about home running but don't want a gym membership, the T16 gives you a studio-style experience without leaving the house. The screen, the motor, and the deck width make it feel closer to an in-person class than most treadmills in this price range. It's also a solid pick if you're setting up a dedicated workout space and can spare the floor footprint. Who should skip it? If your ceiling is low or your hallway is tight, the folded unit is still bulky. Budget runners who only jog a few miles a week might find the price overkill. There are cheaper treadmills with decent motors that won't break the bank. And if you're all in on Zwift or another app ecosystem, double-check that your favorite routes and challenges are supported on BowFlex platform before committing. The biggest hidden trade-off is noise. The motor is quieter than many competitors, but the wider belt and heavier deck mean it's not silent. If you live in an apartment with thin walls or you're running early in the morning, a pair of good headphones becomes essential. All told, the BowFlex T16 delivers where it counts: a big, responsive screen, a motor that keeps up with real workouts, and a deck that's kinder on joints than most. It's not the cheapest option, and it's not the smallest when folded, but if you value convenience and a premium feel, it's a solid home gym investment. Check the link in the description if you want to see the latest price and specs.